Today I would like to share with you, with us, an image from Saint Francis de Sales' work, Treatise on the Love of God. It's a challenging and simple and at the same time beautiful image of a plant which he describes. This particular plant is very flammable. So when it gets close to anything which is very hot, it can easily catch fire. So I'm quoting him. The herb called Aproxis has such affinity to fire that as soon as it is within sight of it, even at a distance, it attracts the flame and begins to burn. It conceives its fire not so much from heat as from the faint glimmer the fire presents to it. After being united to the fire by means of this attraction, then if it could speak, it might say, "My beloved fire is my own, since I have attracted it to myself and enjoy its flames. Yet I in turn belong to it, for although I have drawn it to me, it reduces me to itself as something stronger and nobler. It is my fire, and I am its herb. It is my fire, and I am its herb. I attract it, and it sets me on fire." And let us do the conclusion with Saint Francis of this image. So too, when our heart is placed in the presence of divine goodness and has attracted its perfections by the complacence it takes therein, it may truly say, "God's goodness is all mine, since I enjoy His surpassing goods, and I am all His, since His grace possesses me." The reason I have chosen this image is because it so well describes what happens to us when we accept and enter the gift of morning prayer and the celebration of the Eucharist. And as we prayed in the antiphon of Psalm 33, that God's glory is present in the world. With the help of this image, we can realize that God's love, the warmth of His presence, is always there. And our soul is that a very sensitive herb, Aproxis. It can easily catch this presence and catch fire from this love. So all our cells, our soul, every particle in us is fine-tuned to turn to God, like the sunflower head turns towards the light to absorb the most of this life-giving source. So we are called to turn to God and be filled with Him, and in that new strength to survey the world around ourselves and organize our day and reorder our thoughts to act according to God's nature. With the help of this image, we can also see that we are so prone to distraction that when we start the day, instead of establishing that experience of unity and oneness with God, being one, having the sense of integrity, from the beginning of the day, when we open our eyes, we are immediately exposed to many other directions, being absorbed by the news, which are not terribly happy, in the news, checking the news in the internet, and any other activities. So let us give thanks as Christians that we have this permanent nature in us, which is fine-tuned to God. And let us celebrate the gift of gifts, that God, like a permanent broadcast, He is always on, He is always there for us to rebuild our integrity and the attention of our love.